Hello everybody, it's Dark Fury 45. Just pick up some radiant energies and such. As most of you who play Scape probably know this by now, the new Elder Divination has finally been released. There are quite a few interesting rewards from the divine energies that you can now harvest from the Elder Wisps after Fate of the Gods. What I don't get it though is like the minimum requirement for the rewards is 75 divination, however you need 77 divination just to do the quest. Now, as you can see here, there are divine simulacrums, portents and signs of death, and which are fairly interesting. The divine simulacrums will give various divine energies from lustrous to incandescent. That's right, from tier 8, all the way up to tier 12, I think they are. As well as various summoning items such as Portents of Restoration, Signs of Life, Signs of Item Protection, and Signs of the Porter. You also have Portents of Degradation here, which will... they're basically a more aggressive form of a Portent of Restoration. Portents of Degradation will heal you if you're damaged below 50% health. However, they will heal slightly less than the Portents of Restoration counterparts, and will send about a little more than half of what you heal as damage back to your attacker. However, the damage is slightly reduced in PvP situations. We also have Signs and Portents of Death. These will heal you to 15% of your max health on death, rather than 25% of the sign and portent of life. However, the exact number of health that you heal will be returned as damage to your attacker. I can't see these portents of degradation or the sign or portent of death to be very efficient at many bosses. Like the Calphite King, like say, you have 10k health max. If you just heal that person to full after they get greened, you then let them die, they get healed to 15%. Like that, they'll heal, I believe, 1500 health, and then Calphite King will take 1500 damage. It's like, it's not really that worth it, if you ask me. However, I can see the Portents of Degradation being a little interesting. Like, I'm not too sure how much the highest tier will heal. However, if everybody takes damage, like, I think the lowest tier, the normal Portent of Degradation 1, not the attuned one, it sends 480 damage to your attacker. Not really significant for bosses like, say, Calphite King, or Corporeal Beast, or Nex, or Virago, any of the high-level bosses. Let me gather my breath here. And I can't really see that these things would be used for a lot of stuff. For example, at Nex, you need a lot more health. Like say you have 10k max health and you died to Nex. The sign or portent of life will give you 2500 health, which is going to save your life quite a few times. You could probably take one mage hit or melee hit, unless you're really unlucky. However, 1500 health and you die to Nex, you're gonna deal 15. Let me think about that again. You die to Nex with the sign or portent of death, you're going to heal 1500 and deal 1500 damage to Nex. Think about this for a moment here. What exactly is Nex's max hits? If I recall correctly, Nex hits well over 1500 with melee sometimes, and she can hit above 3000, I believe, with magic, without protection prayers. So there's a good chance you can still get one shot, even with this sign or portent of death, unless you heal really quickly. So this is something that you're going to need to pay attention to very rapidly. But still, and like things for like, say, Virago, you can't really... It's not so much about damage there, it's more so about strategy, knowing when to unleash a lot of EPS and when to actually strategize, because you need to get the Maul of Omens out of him and beat the phases, like, say... Oh, sorry. I'm not sure if you heard that. But, like, you're gonna need to heal a fair bit to withstand their attacks. And with Virago, where you need one person to climb on him, to get the Maul of Omens out on the first phase. You need to bring him down with those gravity fields on the second phase to get the second Maul of Omens out. Where DPS is needed on that phase, you're not receiving damage, so, yeah. Another thing is the new Nightmare Muspa, which requires 81 summoning to create, basically. Divine Muspas act as beasts of burdens solely for divination, sort of like how the abyssal creatures act as beasts of burdens for runecrafting, but I haven't seen one of them. I haven't seen any abyssal creatures being used since RuneScape came out, so I don't know. Another interesting add-on is the Divine Implings, which give energies, portents, and signs. Another update is the Chronicles that have been... They've been a little interesting. The new Elder Chronicles. People going for Trim's Completionist Cape will need to collect 100 of these as a Trim's Completionist Cape requirement. And other Divine Chronicles, or Chronicle Fragments, I believe they're called. I can never remember their full name. You can now carry up to 30. However, every 10 Chronicles you collect, the chance that they'll spawn for you will lower them a fair bit. I haven't gotten that many of them, so I wouldn't really know myself how bad the drop rate will become, or how affected it'll be. So the Divine Simulacrums that give plenty of divination items and divination energy, combine that with the experience it gives, which currently they're giving double experience for the next 2 weeks due to the early bird bonuses, which is a really nice update if you ask me. You also and given how these portents of restoration and such, portents of degradation are, I have to say, these are fairly interesting items, and I'm looking forward to what updates we can get from these. If this is what they can come up with for Divination, I'm fairly interested as to what comes from the invention skill. Still, I am really looking forward to whatever content Jagex gives us with further Divination. One thing I'd like to see is being able to weave a Divine Simulacrum for Saren, because bit of lore, she fractured her body so that she could remain on Gielinor, but not directly interfere with the mortal life, which is kind of bending what Gothics wanted. Even so, this has just been a small update video for the new Divine Simulacrums, Portents of Degradation, and Signs of Death, as well as the new Divine Implings, which also can give a Nightmare Muspa, very rarely if you're lucky. So yeah, a few nice changes to Divination, and a few nice new rewards that we can expect to see in the future. Anyways, this has just been Dark Fear 45. Happy divining!